OK, we can talk to Toby Cadman now, who's a war crimes lawyer, who has called for Egypt's leaders, including President Sisi, to be held accountable for the killings in Cairo 2 years ago. He joins us now via Skype from Male in the Maldives. Thank you for talking to us. Amnesty is, I should say, Human Rights Watch is calling this a crime against humanity. Now, that has a specific definition. Would you agree that this is a crime against humanity?
Absolutely. I think I've been very clear, as well as a number of human rights organisations such as Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International that have quite properly characterised this as a crime against humanity, and not just what we're seeing from Rabaa, but from the last 2 years across the country, a whole host of human rights violations that demonstrates a state policy against civilians. So I think it's quite right that it is characterised as a crime against humanity.
So in order for the leadership, in particular President Sisi of Egypt, to be held accountable under the principles of international law, what needs to happen next?
Well, there have been many calls, and as we've just heard, there are repeated calls for an international inquiry. We would have hoped that this would be a matter that the International Criminal Court would look at, but regrettably, that court doesn't have jurisdiction over Egypt. And so what we're looking at is ensuring that those individuals are held accountable under what we call the principle of universal jurisdiction, which allows national courts and national prosecuting authorities to hold them accountable if they come within that jurisdiction. So, for example, those leaders that are planning to travel to the United Kingdom, we would hope that the authorities in the UK would take this seriously enough to potentially issue arrest warrants and prosecute them.
Because there's a standing invitation, isn't there, from David Cameron, the British Prime Minister, to President Sisi to visit Britain?
That's right. And as we know that Sisi has delayed coming to the UK, primarily because he's concerned for himself and members of his government of being arrested. And I think that's a very legitimate fear. But of course, we would like to see them arrested, whether it's in the UK or elsewhere, arrested and charged with these crimes.
OK, Toby Cadman, thank you very much indeed for talking to us from the Maldives. Thank you.